Hi everyone, Maryann here, Revealing Light Tarot, Astrology and Spirituality. How are you? Wherever you are in the world when you're watching, a huge shout out to you. Today I want to look at Tommy Tuberville, the senator from Alabama. He's held up, as you know, holding up, I think it's 300 plus promotions across the Defence Force. The Joint Chiefs from the various branches of US Defence Force called upon him to stop this because it's actually really starting to affect the capacity of the US's defences. So why is he even doing it? Well, it would be a typical MAGA type reason. The Biden administration put forward, or the Defence Department put forward a new policy which allowed Defence Force personnel to access reproductive care, to travel and reimburse those costs, and that included if they had to travel for abortion. So Tuberville says that that's not on, and until that policy is removed, he's holding up these or blocking promotions in the Defence Force. The block has affected positions throughout the ranks, including Chief of Staff positions at state bases. It's made or caused 24 officers to delay their retirement. And in July, 600 military spouses gave Tuberville and the Senate leaders a petition lobbying for the end of the blockade. In short, it's becoming more of a critical matter now as time goes on. And for the Defence Force chiefs from the various branches, the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, to criticise a senator, call on him to stop this blockade, things are pretty serious. It affects alliances with America all across the world, including here in Australia where I am. We have bases here. We jointly surveil and protect our areas in the Pacific. When the US Defence Force chief says this is hurting us, this is affecting our capacity to defend the country, then we need to take this pretty seriously. In fact, I'm not sure why I haven't seen stronger advocacy to do something about this blockade, whether that's from the media or anywhere else. It's just been allowed to go on. So let's have a look at Tuberville and why he's doing it. Now, one interesting fact that has emerged when we look at Tommy Tuberville, who tried to delay the certification through objection on January the 6th, the day of the insurrection, is senators must reside in the state that they represent. Tuberville hasn't lived in Alabama for a very long time, as I understand it, and he's actually based in Florida. So that could be one thing that advocates that want this block stopped might want to pursue. But let's just have a look. My feeling, okay, there's a couple of reasons why he's doing it, because he's MAGA, but also to, in some kind of way, to keep these positions open if the ex-president criminal defendant Donald Trump was elected. By the way, Alabama is full of it, really, or I won't say Alabama, I should say Alabama GOP is full of it. And you know what I mean? They produced another map which was just as bad or almost as bad as the one that the Supreme Court chucked out and said this is diluting the black vote, do it again. They did it again. The second map was almost as bad. The federal court now has really thrown the book at them and is appointing an astrocartographer to redraw that district to be fair to the black vote. Don't forget that SCOTUS decision, one of the few good things they've done, will ultimately impact in 2024, throwing some of those swing districts, so pundits say, back to the Democrats. So let's take a look at Tuberville. Tuberville, good God. Was he a football coach? Okay, so Tuberville, his actions are impacting the American Defence Force and its ability to do its job, whether that's on home soil or with its allies or protecting its own patch of the world. Let's take a look. Why is Tuberville doing this? Let's just see. Why is Tuberville doing this? 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 I just got a really sinister vibe from him. So we get loss here. The Five of Pentacles, locked out, keeping people locked out. And the Four of Swords, retreat. It's an unhealthy, and I would say with that vibe I just got, an unholy type of thing that he's doing, because I actually think it will lead to death, because I did see the Grim Reaper, and it probably won't be until that time that people will start to realise the gravity and the seriousness of this. He's weakening and wounding the Defence Force, the Eight of Pentacles, the skill, he's holding back that skill. It's, something that comes to fruition in time as in the past. So I think the planning on this was done in the past, and we know who with. Six of Cups is the past. Yeah, absolutely. It's like he's stuck in the past as well. He wants the past in some way to be recreated. That can only mean one thing. This is a plan that he's based in Florida, lives in Florida, that he has hatched up with Trump. The Empress is a season of time and abundance. It's also my card for Russia. The next one I'm going to pull is any of those on the payroll. We get justice in the here and now. I feel that something, a new starts. So I feel, that's the general energy. So I feel that something will break on this. That address by the three the three heads of the Defence Force did carry weight, and I feel people are planning now how to break this hold. They're taking it a little bit more seriously. The Hopes and Fears is the Judgment card. So it's inevitable. Whatever's happening with this was inevitable because it was planned a long time ago. Yeah, the Hanged Man, he does want to pause it. The hangman can often be, I'm trying to do something with one arm behind my back. He is trying to weaken the Defence Force. And we get the Truth emerging. And the Six of Pentacles, loans and debts. Who knows what compromat, if you like? And that will be the question that I'll ask, given the Empress card arose, which is my card also for Russia. Russia and Trump, one and the same. I've always read through tarot that he is still, has been and is still an asset for Russia. Looks like somebody's got something on Tuberville. Has he got debt? Has he got financial debt? Is there some kind of threat here? We get the Ten of Swords. That would be an ending to this and his downfall. We get disappointment and the Temperance card, moderation. I've got a feeling this is going to somehow something breaks it. Does something come out about what he owes and to whom? I'm just going to quickly draw cards on, was this plan hatched with Trump? Was this plan hatched with Trump? Was Tuberville and Trump, was this a plan to weaken the Defence Force and weaken Biden? Now, something jumped out there. What was it? I can't find. Oh, yeah, there it is. 9 of Cups, wish fulfillment. I asked, was it a plan of Trump's and Tuberville's? Was this a plan of Trump's and Tuberville's? Was this a plan of Trump's and Tuberville's? Okay, so we get Strength, which is a yes card. We get the Ace of Cups, which is generating emotion. It's again sowing that chaos, defending oneself. Oh, okay. The King of Wands in the past, a bold plan. The Queen of Pentacles is domestic security, undermining domestic security, and the Five of Cups, loss. King of Pentacles clarifies that. I do not underestimate how bitter and twisted the ex-president actually is, that he would undermine national security in that way, jeopardise its stability. We get retreat, wounded in battle. Again, that came up before. Was it a plan? Hopes and fears. And then we get the Ten of Swords again, complete and utter downfall and this new start. And the King of Cups, yeah, Biden. This was a plan to get to Biden between Trump and Tuberville. And here we've got it founded on the base of the pack, the underlying energies is the High Priestess, secrets, new start, and the voter. So again, here's the Death card. That's what I saw. It's a pretty unholy kind of plan that was hatched here. They simply do not care. I guess I would call that unholy. They don't care who this affects or how. I feel somebody's going to, I don't know, is someone working on a expose? He owes Trump something. He owes somebody something. Okay, is Tuberville... okay, let's have a look. Is remember the clairvoyant image I've got is of a plant, Trump being a plant. Is Trump still in contact with Russia? Is this what Putin's hoping for, to try and bring Trump back? Tuberville is part, I don't know how actively he is. Looks like he owes somebody something. But I think the truth is going to emerge. I think somebody's working on a story about Tuberville. He has a pretty bad downfall. But let's go to Trump. Is Trump still under Russia's thumb? Is Trump still under Russia's thumb? The supposed con man, strong man under Russia's thumb. Is Trump still connected, doing Russia's dirty work, sowing chaos, causing exactly what he did during his presidency from the opposition bench? Is Trump still in contact with Russia? Strength. Again, Five of Swords, abuse of power. Goodness gracious me. The Hierophant, the Supreme Court, a higher authority. The courts. This has something to do with what will emerge during those court cases. The Prince of Wands in the past, a plan, quick movement. There's that Strength, the Lion there, Leo energy. Something that comes to fruition in time came up in that Defence Force. And we get manipulation and manifestation as an outcome. This is money. He's also really got these money worries. I've been saying this for about 6-8 months now. The Four of Wands, the Democrats. And this is also the Russia and Ukraine, or Russia's ruble, finances, economy crashing. Is he still in contact? The Princess of Swords, there we have the the spy in the camp, and the Prince of Cups, the deal, and moderation, temperance, and the Four of Cups. He's disappointed. I think basically Russia is disappointed in him. And we have the Sun card. That Prince of Cups always tells me that a deal has been made. Let's clarify these outcome cards. Moderation, temperance, but disappointment there. Couldn't do what he was there to do. Something that comes to fruition in time. Show me this Prince of Cups. Eight of Cups is loss, and the Ace of Swords. So I feel that Russia's disappointed in him. It was like he was halfway through his plan. And I don't say this lightly, but I feel there's webs of compromise. I feel there's webs of, debt to him in some way, and Russia is at the bottom of it. Now, we had the Mueller report, and we did have collusion, but remember, Bill Barr made all that go away. So why is it such a stretch to think that what he was doing in power, it is the same thing that he's doing in opposition, sowing chaos, weakening the US and its allies? No greater reason would Putin have but to get it won't be Trump, he can't win a federal election, but get somebody sympathetic to him in the president's Oval Office, which is what he did in 2016. So is Trump still in contact? I'm not sure. There is that. Looks like there's an offering. Something is being offered. If it hasn't been, it will be soon. Russia's going to offer him something. Has to do with money, because he's got money worries. They love all this. Is Tucker Carlson. Every time I say his name, I think of the other alternative. Is Carlson a patriot? No, he's not. Neither is Elon Musk. This is dollars taking the bottom line. All right, so something will occur. Will we get to learn the truth? Well, okay, let's go here. Is Tuberville a Russian asset? Not willingly, I said. Not willingly. I heard not willingly. Okay, is Tuberville a Russian asset? He's very... Okay, so the Chariot and the Russian card. So he's an unwilling Russian asset. Death card. Wow. This Defence Force stuff is huge. I do not understand why the media isn't barreling through this. I do not understand why this is being allowed to happen. Because it's grim. It's that grim Reaper I saw, like an unholy thing that he's doing. The Eight of Pentacles, skill, depriving of skill, the abuse of power. Oh my goodness me. The Seven of Cups, illusion and delusion. And there's the Prince of Cups. So this is via Trump. So Trump is, and Tuberville, the lie. Oh my God, the lying. The Nine of Cups. These cards are like falling out everywhere, aren't they? In the hopes and fears, wish fulfillment. Interestingly, when I put that down, it was reversed. He's not going to get his wish. And the Prince of Wands, again, came up before in the past. A plan, a motivation, and moving forward quickly with that plan. Something that comes to fruition in time, and we get full illumination. Biden is here underneath. Something's brewing with Tuberville. This has been designed to weaken the Defence Force. All right, let's move on, and we'll look at some other questions. I've got a list here. I just want to know. We might change that. Tuberville was pretty terrible. And they all know it. They all know that Trump is connected with Russia. They all know it. I mean, I can sit here and pull cards on who's connected, who is actually connected. And, of course, I have to go to Elon Musk. This is, of course, for entertainment purposes only. Let's see. Elon Musk, who basically destroyed Twitter. And it's like I don't know what it is now. Okay, so, well, it's a right-wing mouthpiece for chaos and not much good there at all. Let's see, is Elon Musk a Russian asset? We'll just say not formally, but has Elon Musk been bought by Russia? Well, of course, by China. Well, that's wanting to come out. Hold on. The Ace of Pentacles. So, I mean, it's not funny, is it? It's not funny. If only there were decent majorities, both houses of your Congress could take a good look at this. Because everything, this is the fabric, the global fabric. Okay, well, I'm not going any further because that was pretty categorically yes. Let's go to New York Attorney General. Thank you. Thank you for bringing forward what needs to be brought forward, and only that which is needed for the truth to help, to give the truth a little bit of a push. Millions and millions of minutes are watched on my channel each month. Millions and millions, multi-millions. I'm not bragging about that. What I'm saying is we all need to do our bit. Okay. It's a process, okay? It's a process. And as maddening and depressing as it is, it's a process. All right. Okay, let's centre ourselves. Letitia James in New York, will she? 4 quarters. You know what I think is going to happen with the Trump organisation? It's going to be broken up eventually. King of Pentacles, Trump the businessman. Okay, Letitia James, will she win? Will she be successful in her civil suit? She's done that referral to the Southern District of New York, which is federal. She's state. She's a state Attorney General of New York. But she's made a criminal referral on the Trump org to the feds. Remember that Bragg, the Manhattan DA, secured a prosecution for fraud, tax and insurance fraud in a criminal court against the Trump org. So I told you fraud is the main aim of the game. All right, so their game, I should say. Fraud and dishonesty, conspiracy, it all wears the same hat. Okay, will Letitia James be successful? All right, let's see. We get Strength card again. And this Strength card keeps coming up. When you read tarot for as long as I have done, there's a pattern to the cards. And this is all about Trump's strength being diluted. And I like that. And we get Transition, which is the Death card in the Connolly deck. I was using the Cosmic Tarot. Now I'm using the Connolly deck. And that's what I'm seeing. His strength is ebbing. It's ebbing. I don't even think it's flowing. It's going in more ways than one. And we get 4 of Swords, weakened battle in the battle. Thank you. We needed to see this. The 3 of Cups in the past, he was supported by many regimes, including Democrat regimes. Trump was a card-holding Democrat for many years, supported, circles of support. That's all changed now. And we get the past, the 6 of Cups in the sky, the past, what's crowning this reading, the potential of this reading. The past is coming back to haunt Trump. His strength is being diluted, ebbing, as I say. And we get the Ace of Swords in the here and now. Our old friend, the Ace of Swords, the truth emerging and moderation ruling. That card came up in Tuberville's reading as well, which is why I know that Tuberville's going to get what's coming to him too. But I do feel he's an unwilling asset, if you like, of Russia. That doesn't mean a thing, does it? He's got himself into dark, deep water over something he's done in the past. The Two of Swords, a crossroads. Of course, it's a crossroads. And we get the Four of Wands, which is it's a celebration, it's a reunion, it's a coming together, it's a hallelujah in the outcome. And there we get the new start. She's going to win. It's going to be a huge emotional victory, because I think what will happen, what I saw, the end of a huge cycle and the beginning of endings and beginnings, the beginning of something huge. Definitely feel we get disappointment and isolation and loss for Trump. You see where he's at the moment. So it doesn't matter what he says or what he does. That's where it's at. She is going to get a huge win. And if my clairvoyance means anything, it looks like it will be divided up. The Trump organisation will somehow be divided up. I don't know how that works. I just saw 4 quarters. There is also 4 in that, so it's Trump and his 3 children. So they could be found liable here too. Now Ivanka's off doing her Kushner thing. Trump threw Eric, his son, under the bus and said, "Oh, it's all Eric's fault. He made all the decisions. I've been too busy." Yeah. Okay. So there's the measure of that person there. He can't even show loyalty to his children. The 9 of Swords, and despite his bravado, he's anxious, and I think they're all anxious. Okay, so where do we want to go? I did an interesting reading yesterday. So many places to go, isn't there? I wouldn't be surprised. I got a clairvoyant image of a cell with a small window in it. Someone was being imprisoned. I wouldn't be surprised if Trump winds up in prison because he's just breached. Now, it's a protective order, not a gag order in DC case. Fonnie Willis certainly has a gag order in her case. I think I couldn't confirm it, but I think Jack Smith's asked for a gag order. I'm just going to ask, will Trump end up in prison for his continued threats and trying to taint the jury with his deranged, lying prosecutors, whatever he's saying about the prosecutors, attacks on prosecutors and judges. Will Trump wind up in prison? Will Trump wind up in prison for his continued attacks on judges, prosecutors? Will he wind up in prison, albeit temporarily, I guess? So we get the past, something to do with the past, and we get the 3 of Wands. So all of this is cumulative, what he's saying. That's what that's telling me. Jack Smith in particular is collecting all this evidence of what he's said in the past. And we get the 5 of Pentacles, loss. There's a blindfold in this card. She can't see what's behind her. That's loss. Let's have a look at the 2 of Cups in the past. He breaches an agreement. We get the Ace of Cups, new starts in the sky here. And we get the King of Wands, the court, making a decision. We get the 10 of Pentacles. He'll certainly be fined. I don't know if there's monetary penalties. We get barriers, almost failing. They're only just holding. His bond as well in Georgia. Okay, it could even be in Georgia that he's in prison. Victory in the hopes and fears, and the outcome is the Knight of Wands. It's a yes. And then we get the Moon, something coming up. It's lunacy as well. And the Page of Pentacles. I think he's going to cop some kind of fine. Yeah, there's a monetary fine here. He could. I'm just going to say there's a possibility, but I think there's a fine here. And we get the Six of Wands, the Four of Wands, which is celebration. We get the Queen of Swords. Both judges in DC and Georgia are females. We get the Three of Swords, heartbreak and betrayal, and the prosecutor. Somehow I think that he gets, I don't know, there's a monetary penalty and a possibility he winds up temporarily thrown into jail and has to pay a big fine to get out. Okay, or he pays a big fine. All right, where are we at now? I'm just going to look at that toady Jeffrey Clark. There are a lot of players in the January 6th insurrection that were pretty horrible. But Clark was behind the DOJ's lines. He had a position in the Department of Justice. He was willing to commit a coup to, I don't know, did he expect to be the AG? What was promised to him? Again, what was promised to Tommy Tuberville? Did he get that Senate nomination in order to hold up the Defence Force? Because this was something that he cooked up, or that was cooked up in the past. My God. Clark, okay. Is Clark going to be found guilty in any of the jurisdictions? Will Clark be found guilty of in the RICO case, or even if he's eventually charged in DC? Will Jeffrey Clark be found guilty? The Four of Pentacles, there's something, information or something that he's holding back. He's standing his ground. He's now the darling of the ultra mega far right. Will Jeffrey Clark be found guilty? This would be sweet. So we get the Seven of Swords. He's lied. And the Ten of Swords, the end for him. Oh, sweet justice. Oh, sweet justice. The big lie and the Ten of Swords, downfall. The Ace of Wands, we get planning and new starts. A bit like the broom, new broom sweeps clean. The Page of Wands, the mouthpiece in the past. I'm just going to say with this Page of Wands here, he didn't have political clout and he still doesn't. January the 6th looms over his head, the tower, and Trump is in his immediate future. I think this is the Georgia RICO stuff. The Nine of Pentacles, he's grifting at the moment. Well, according to these tarot cards, for entertainment purposes only. Moderation is the energy in the environment around all of this. And we get the Five of Cups, heartbreak and loss, like 3 cups lost, 2 remaining. It doesn't matter what the bravado that they're pushing forward, they're all very scared. He does get convicted, the Knight of Pentacles, and there's the Ace of Pentacles. There's something here. He's, oh God, it's something to do with money here. Yeah, he's absolutely convicted. I think it's in the RICO case. The Voter, new starts, the Chariot, all of this is coming very, very quickly. And we get the abuse of power and the end of something, ending and new beginnings. So yes, he is convicted, but there's again something around money. Skill, money, the job. What was he promised? Was he promised something in return for his actions? The King of Swords, the prosecutor, the Queen of Cups, something coming out, and we get the Moon, something coming to the surface. Strength card again. The Hanged Man, if he paused, pausing stuff. I think with that and the Nine of Swords. He's very, very worried and anxious about what could emerge, betrayal and heartbreak. He's not in a good place at all. I think he might have even been promised the Page of Pentacles. He could have been promised the ultimate, you'll be my Attorney General. Was he promised that? It's the Two of Swords, crossroads, decisions, and moving out of troubled waters. Ultimately, I think he does give evidence. It's like a promise of something is like amounts to a bribe, doesn't it? Yeah. Well, one way or another, that's what they all did, wasn't it? For whether it's for position of power or otherwise. Oh, gosh, I don't want this to go on too long for my own sake as much as anyone else's. But I do just want to have a quick look at Giuliani. So much to read on, and I haven't even touched on anything else, really. Someone said, why, lately, why are you reading on Trump? I mean, I certainly try and steer away from him at other times because we're going through a very critical stage of all of this. And this channel began because of my concern and intuition that basically we'd be where we are now and not in a good place for democracy. So if you can't handle that, then this channel's not for you. All right, so let's have a look. Giuliani. What's Giuliani's future? What's Giuliani's? Pick your sword. Pick your sword. That kind of reminds me of death by 1,000 cuts. What's Giuliani's future? Oh, God. The Six of Wands. Victory. Let's see what else is here? And we get disappointment. So maybe he thought he would be victorious, but there's great disappointment here. Where once he was victorious, those days are finished. He's going to be offered eventually a plea deal, I think. What's going to become of Giuliani? Okay, the defending himself. Temperance, his moderation may have been in the past, it's not now. He's juggling a lot financially. He's isolated, the Hermit card. It's his dark night of the soul. The Six of Swords, like this is kind of moving on. And we get the Nine of Pentacles. He might be throwing a financial lifeline. The Hanged Man in the hopes and fears. He's the sacrificial lamb. And the Emperor card, control. It's terrible. Money, inheritance, wealth. And he ceded his control to Trump. And he's still loyal to Trump, but he's like, it's the end. An abuse of power. And he's very much weakened. Show me this King of Pentacles. Trump could have ultimately bailed him out in some way financially, but ultimately it's a disappointment. Show me this outcome for Trump, for Giuliani. Show me the outcome. We get the Three of Pentacles. That's fundraising. I think Trump is fundraising for him. So he gets a lifeline. He's still loyal to Trump. Will he go to prison? Will Giuliani go to prison? I mean, yes, he will. So we get the Six of Cups. Again, the past. The past catches up with everybody, doesn't it? And we get, what did he commit? What was the deal that he committed to? And we get the Moon card here. It's like a bit like Michael Cohen's fate. And the Page of Pentacles, much reduced. He is able to move forward again in the future. But we do get treachery and the spy in the camp. The Two of Wands, something coming to fruition in time. There's a woman too that's suing him. And we get, money worries, continual money worries for him. It's, once victorious, now being prosecuted. Strength, Knight of Wands, and the Two of Swords, very much at a crossroads. I think eventually the DOJ does charge Giuliani, offers him a deal, but right now he's still loyal to Trump. I did get he would flip, and that maybe is coming up in the future. Okay, then, that's a pretty heavy session. So if you got through it and got all the way here, good on you. I'm signing off now. See you again a bit later on. Bye for now.